Hello everybody, this series is about place value and decimals, and in this first video we're going to try to answer the question, what is place value? Okay, so what is place value? So place value uses the integers from 0 to 9, and depending where they are on a sort of spectrum is how much value they have. So you have the hundreds, you have the tens, you have the units, you have a decimal point, then you have the tenths, the hundredths, etc. Okay, so if you have, we take 5 as an example, if we have 5 here, that 5 is worth 5 because it's 5 units. If we move the 5 this way, it's now worth 50 because you can't just have a 5 hanging there. You've got to put a 0 after it. So that 5 is now worth 50. If we move it out again, so going this way, we're multiplying by 10, it's now going to be worth 500. On the other hand, if we move the 5 from here and we put it in this column, it's now worth 0.5 or a half. So that's where your decimals come into the series. So if we're going to move a number past a decimal point, it'll end up as a decimal. So if we move it again, if we put our 5 here, it's now worth 500. So that is worth 5/10, which is the same as a half. Whereas this 5 here is worth 5/100, which is the same as 1/20. So that's basically what place value is. So it's a question that you might be asked in school. You might be given a number. So let's use the number 3. So looking at the number 3, what is the 3 worth in this number? So the 3 is worth 3. But if we put it here, it's worth 30. So I'll just put here, what is 3 worth? Right, so in that number, it's worth 30. If we put it here, it's worth 300. If we put it here, it's worth 0.3, which is 3 out of 10, 3/10. We put it here, it's worth 0.03, which is 3/100. Okay, so if we go back to this one, so by moving, if we want to multiply that 5 by 10, we move it to the left and we get 50. Okay, if we, so say we're here, we want to divide by 100, we move it 2 places, so we end up with 0.05. Starting with the 5 here, if we want to multiply by 100, we move it 2 places to make 500. So that will come, we do more detail on that when we talk about measurement conversions. So our system, which we've had for a long time, we kind of adopted it in the 80s, but we haven't fully adopted, is a decimal system. So as I say, we'll talk more about this in another video, but so where 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter, then we have 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. We have 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. Of course, we also use inches around here, feet around here, and miles around here. we'll do that in another series, how you convert between what we call imperial and the metric system. And we've also got 1,000 grams. That's just 100. Thanks for pointing that out. There's always one person that's shouting at the video telling me what to do. So 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. And then you have 1,000 milliliters equals 1 litre. Okay, so that's where place value comes in really handy. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, it's going to be quite a short video, is I'm going to ask you some questions about what the value the 5 has in these different numbers. Right, so looking at place value, so what is 5 worth in these numbers? Okay, so what's 5 worth in each of these numbers? That wouldn't be very clever. It's 575, 579, okay. So there are the questions. Right, you shouldn't need long for that. So in the first one, 5 was worth, I'm going to do it in words, 500, because it's in the hundreds column. Okay. In the second one, 5 is worth 50,000, because it's in the 10,000s column. Here, it's in the hundreds, so it's worth 5 hundredths, so 5 over 100. Here, it's worth 5 thousandths, so 5 over, and you could simplify that to 1/20th, but it's probably not a good idea. But I'm going to in for a penny, in for a pound, so that would be 1/2000th. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for watching that video, and if you enjoyed that, please check out our website for more great online resources. So the address is www.routes2success11plus.uk, or find us on Twitter @routes2success. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos. Thank you.